thoughts, a lot of reflections, a lot of insights lately, especially after the wonderful Comesco-Birch winter solstice celebration we did recently. I was absolutely amazed at the way we pulled it off, especially considering nobody had any rehearsal time to speak of. Everybody put so much into it, and that's made me think a lot about community. Community in a tribal sense is very necessary in our society today. And when I say in a tribal sense, I mean people coming together with ancient values, well, the ancient values that are embedded within them and which we just need to access so that when we are in a situation where we're in a community, we can start to bring them out and express them. We don't know how to do that unless we're actually doing it, if you see what I mean. If you haven't experienced this, it's a wonderful thing to get your teeth into and get your soul into. It does access our souls and it brings out the very best of us. So the thoughts and reflections and the ideas I've been toying with since the Comesco-Birch have been very fired up, you might say. The School of Shamanic and Creative Arts is something I am in the process of creating. And it's something that isn't absolutely new because I've been thinking about this for quite a long time. But it's coming into being now, and it's necessary because it's essential for us to realize how much shamanic interaction and creativity, those two things, are part and parcel of each other. Currently, there are a lot of people who sort of keep them separate. You might have somebody who's an artist and then they practice shamanism, and those two areas are kept very much apart. You might have somebody who sings and then they practice shamanically, and the two things don't come together. The school aims to demonstrate how these things are part and parcel of each other, and how when we interact with these things in a community, we come together to do it, we give life to something that is remarkable. We bring the ancient spirit forward and help it to release itself, if you like. And also we are putting ourselves in line for experience Jalparava more and more, and that means transformation. It's an exchange. It means that we give something of ourselves to the idea of what we can do that is really, I suppose, in all every sense, a higher version of ourselves. That's one way of putting it. I know it's not terribly good, but it's the only thing I can think of. It's that deeper, richer, higher, absolutely natural sense of ourselves. Jalparava helps us to do this. And I've seen, and I know for a fact, that the idea of shamanic interaction and our spiritual selves, if connected with our creative selves and our artistic selves, has such a power. And this is what I want to develop. I've been doing it anyway, but I want to do it openly, really, so that people can bring an awful lot out of themselves, more and more maybe than they've done before. I'm structuring ideas about this, and I'm working on a project gradually that will come to light as time goes by, of what we can do to present this idea, which will help us ultimately to return to a more ancient way of thinking, because it will help us to bring out the ancient values which are connected to the natural world, the ancient seasonal values. You learn about that on the Shamanic Counselling course, and if you're not on it, then you need to come to a workshop, experience all of this, and sign up when the next one begins at the end of the year, because it's a very, very detailed and a very thrilling sort of course. and we all enjoy it when we come together like this, but it helps us to realize how much we can expand our minds, expand our spirits and enrich our spirits, expand our way of thinking, and all of this helps us to put everything in place concerning the way our ancestors have been and how we can connect with them more and more. So this school and this community will be going forward and introducing these ideas of shamanic interaction and creativity. There's a lot to come out of all of us. There's more and more to come out of all of us, and there's a very enriching feeling with this. I can feel it as I'm sitting here now, that it's waiting to be born. We will be always, without fail, accessing authenticity. In other words, accessing shamanic interaction in its, mostly it's in its original form, as much as we can do, not calling upon core shamanism, not calling upon anything that's been created that fits our Western frame of mind as it is today. What we will do is call upon something that's quite ancient and make it available to us today. Now, there's a difference in creating something from today and calling it ancient, and creating something that has ancient roots and making it available for us today. There's a great difference. So we will be drawing upon authenticity of shamanic interaction, creative ability, and accessing all those things that we've got that we can give to each other and to the world. And that is where healing will lie. It will lie inside us, and we will think, I didn't know I would feel like this. I didn't know I could access this. I didn't know that was in me. I didn't know that all these things that I'm accessing at this moment in time could be so liberating, and they are liberating. So the school is being born, and it's a great time for it to be born when we're going across the Solstice Bridge. That's a wonderful thing. So the projects will be there. If you haven't been to a workshop yet, please come along. If you're planning to, then make preparations to do it. You've got to do it now. It's no good saying, oh, well, I'll do that sometime, perhaps 5 years' time, because I might not be doing this in 5 years' time. Who knows? We can never know. We always have to be in the now, don't we? We have to do what we can now for the sake of our souls, for the sake of all that we've got around us. We must do things now. So come along to a workshop. Everyone will welcome you who's there. I will welcome you. The spirits will welcome you. The ancestors will welcome you. Everyone will welcome you. And if you want to come to the Shamanic Counselling course and be a part of that enriching experience, then come along to a workshop and sign up at the end of the year. So this new project will be forthcoming, and there'll be more of all these wonderful things to come through the next year. So I hope to be able to meet you soon if you haven't been along yet. And there's a nice feeling that's coming along, that things are going to get better and better. So take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.